for. Thanks for playing America's biggest jackpot game, the one and only Powerball.
At PECO, it's our job to help you stay warm this winter. But we're also doing more. More to help you use energy efficiently. More to help you save money on your bill. And it all starts with using less. Less energy. Try compact fluorescent light bulbs. They use up to 75% less electricity and last up to 10 times longer. And we're offering them at a 20% discount on our website. To see what else we're doing, visit PECOWinter.com.
Action News, Delaware Valley's leading news program, with Gary Papa, meteorologist Cecily Tynan, and Jim Gardner.
You are looking live at the race against rush hour, but time is less important than safety. They're working to bolster I-95 tonight, but the idea they'd be able to reopen the highway at midnight proves to be overly optimistic. So, as we look at 95 live on Sky 6, this 3-mile stretch will remain closed at least until dawn. Wednesday night, the big story on Action News tonight, the delay in the reopening of I-95 through Port Richmond and Philadelphia. The target time now 5 a.m. Let's go live to Action News reporter Chad Perdelli, who is under the roadway where the critical work is still going on. Chad?
Jim, PennDOT crews hard at work like they've been throughout most of the day. Now, a few hours ago, PennDOT determined that this portion of I-95 needed extra support, extra bracing, and right now crews are erecting that support. After that, they will perform some compression tests. Some PennDOT trucks will be driven over the road full of salt and to make sure that this area of roadway is safe. Now, they were hoping to have the roadway open by midnight. That has now been pushed back to 5 a.m. Crews have been working around the clock to repair the gaping crack that paralyzed I-95 and for a short time, much of the city. The backbone of the repair job is these 4 towers. Crews have continued to build, brace, and secure. PennDOT admits its initial plan to reopen by midnight was ambitious, but safety won't be compromised.
There's a tremendous amount of weight, as you can expect, with 8 lanes of I-95 up there.
We understand all the inconvenience that the motorists are going through. Believe me, we do. And so we're working as diligently as possible to get it open.
Once I-95 is deemed safe, it will reopen in 3 phases. First, the south and northbound lanes will reopen. About 10 minutes later, traffic off of the Vine Street Expressway will slowly be merged onto the interstates.
Once phase 1 and phase 2 is completed, we will be opening up each ramp. There's 7 ramps that are closed. Each ramp will be opening up, easing traffic back into the main highway, and then hopefully it should be all back as normal.
Jim, Mayor Nutter arrived about 5 minutes ago. He spoke with us briefly. He says that these crews really need to be commended for all their hard work. They've been working around the clock. Again, I-95 expected to be open by 5 a.m. I'm live in Port Richmond. Chad Perdelli, Channel 6 Action News. Jim?
Thank you, Chad. PennDOT has been trying to take advantage of the 3-mile shutdown to see if there are any other problem spots under I-95. Action News was there as inspectors checked for concrete deterioration along the highway bridge over Richmond Street. This is just one of 15 bridges on 95 that have attracted some concern. PennDOT owes its thanks to a hungry stomach and an eagle eye. It was a Horsham-based engineer out on a late lunch who noticed the crumbling concrete before it was too late. Peter Kim and a co-worker pulled off I-95 to grab sausage sandwiches on Monday, and when he spotted the huge crack in the support column, his immediate reaction was to snap pictures on his cell phone. He sent those off to PennDOT.
We knew that the damage was sufficient and it needed immediate attention. I feel fortunate that we were able to help out.
It turns out the 40-year-old contractor is a bridge inspector who happened to have examined this very column twice in the past 3 years. Of course, this was another day that tried the patience of drivers who had to take I-95 detours. Aramingo Avenue was congested, but not quite as jammed as yesterday, as many motorists attempted to take other alternate routes. Not everybody paid attention to detours. Our Sky 6 camera caught this motorist driving up the off-ramp to Girard Avenue. This is actually southbound 95, but the maneuver had the driver heading north through the danger zone. And another live look at the interstate from Sky 6 as PennDOT trucks sit idle, waiting to perform a stress test before reopening the highway. We will let you know as soon as engineers give the all clear, and count on the latest overnight developments, plus traffic reports every 6 minutes, starting on Action News at 5 a.m. Other news tonight, a Toms River man is behind bars tonight in lieu of a $500,000 bail, charged with strangling his teenage cousin. 24-year-old Gary Zigich was in court today in Toms River after being arrested last night. Charges say he murdered 15-year-old Brittany Cena, whose body was found on the basement floor of her home. Zigich had been living in the basement. Also in court today, Cena's family. Neighbors and friends have left stuffed animals and balloons in front of Brittany's Colonial Drive home. The owner of Geno Steaks, Joey Vento, and his Please Speak English sign appear to have been vindicated by the Philadelphia Commission on Human Relations. Live in South Philadelphia with that story, Action News reporter Erin O'Hearn. Erin?
And Jim, the beef was over that sign on that window over there. It says, "This is America," when ordering, "Please speak English." Well, critics said it was discriminatory, but today the city disagreed.
It's awesome. It's a good sign. I think that is kind of an obnoxious sign.
And while the debate about this sign posted on the order counter window rages on, the question of its legality has now been made clear. The Commission on Human Relations says the sign doesn't violate the city's Fair Practices Ordinance.
We always knew we were going to win. Joey never did anything wrong. We never refused anybody's service.
I think that the sign that they have here is 100% right. You're in the United States of America. It's an English-speaking country. I speak English.
But critics, including Councilman Jim Kenney, says the sign discourages people from different backgrounds from eating at Geno's. He says he never wanted the city government to get involved, but believes the sign insinuates intolerance.
I think the sign is rude. I think it's mean-spirited, and I don't think it's in the best interest of the city promoting us as a tourist destination, both nationally and internationally.
Oh, I think that's wrong. I can't really agree with that. That is discriminatory, in my opinion. Definitely, I didn't realize it was there when I got there. Probably wouldn't have ate here if I saw that.
Owner Joey Vento spoke to Action News over the phone today. He said, quote, "I've been saying for 2 years that I was right. Finally, the commission made the right decision instead of what was popular. I thank them for that."
And I think that we just need to be a little more decent to each other and a little more understanding and helpful to people who are going through the same experience that our ancestors went through. But that's up to him to run his business the way he wants.
Now, Action News could not reach a representative from the commission. Vento said that if the commission had ruled that the sign was discriminatory, he would have closed shop rather than take that sign down. He says he's entitled to free speech just like any other American. We're live in South Philadelphia tonight. Erin O'Hearn, Channel 6, Action News. Jim?
Thank you, Erin. Severe weather is cutting across the midsection of this country with impressive and destructive force. Strong winds peel the roof off this El Paso, Texas recreation center. And in Milltown, Indiana, rivers overflowed their banks, turning roads and lawns into lakes. At least 13 people have died as a result of the storm, which is now moving toward the northeast. Still to come on Action News tonight, the 5th anniversary of the war in Iraq. We will take a look back at the journey to this point through the eyes of local soldiers who have lived it. And Allen Iverson returns to play in Philadelphia for the first time since his trade. What an electric night it was at the Wachovia Center. Gary Papa has the story.
Unusually warm outside right now, and we're tracking a line of gusty thunderstorms moving in our direction. We'll have details on what to expect in the AccuWeather forecast.
That and much more when Action News continues tonight.
Tomorrow morning in Action News, the latest on I-95. To detour or not? That will be the question.
We'll tell you where the delays are and how to get around them.
Cool and windy changes for the first day of spring.
Plus, the carrier USS Kennedy hits up the Delaware. See you at 5.
It's rated the most appealing midsize multi-activity vehicle. It's available with Sync technology, a panoramic Vista roof, and delivers up to 24 miles per gallon. Ford Edge. No wonder it's America's best-selling crossover. And now you can lease a new Edge for just $269 a month. Plus, if anyone in your household drives a non-Ford vehicle, we'll give you an additional $1,000 cash. Just $269 a month for a new Edge. Only at your Quality Plus Ford dealers.
I think I've gotten your attention, and all the things that I'd really like to mention. So look at that.
Here's to knowing where to find the latest designer fashions and knowing there's no reason whatsoever to pay full price. Marshalls. Shop on.
Electronic stability control and a 242 horsepower V6 are standard on this Santa Fe. Plus, right now, you can get $2,000 cash back.
Pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive.
Larry Winget, best-selling author of You're Broke Because You Want to Be?
Take the money you'll save and pay down your credit card debt.
Probably should.
Did he just say probably?
Definitely. Probably.
The Hyundai Dollars and Cents sales event. Right now, get a 2008 Santa Fe with $2,000 cash back.
Genius. Hi, I'm Michael Bay, director of Hollywood hits such as Transformers. And I demand things to be awesome. Awesome Pussycat. Awesome barbecue. Awesome pool. That's why I'm getting Verizon Fios. With the awesomest upload and download speeds. Isn't that right, awesome Verizon guy?
Yes, sir. Blows cable away.
Introducing upload speeds up to 19 times faster than cable.
And you know what the word for that is?
Awesome?
Bingo.
This is fiber optics straight to your door. This is Fios. This is big.
The world is not always a safe place. Thankfully, the ML350's brake assist is supplying full brake boost, while the electronic stability program brakes each wheel for improved stability. Plus, the ML350 was named a top safety pick.
See your local authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for a special lease offer through Mercedes-Benz Financial.
Health Check is brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Action News, the team you trust the most. Now on 24/7 at 6abc.com. Action News all the time.
On this, the 5th anniversary of the war in Iraq, President Bush said the battle has been longer and harder and more costly than expected. By the numbers, the United States currently has 158,000 service members in Iraq. At least 3,990 have been killed over the past 5 years. Nearly 30,000 have been wounded, and more than 80,000 Iraqi civilians have died. The financial cost is roughly $500 billion so far. Saddam Hussein has been deposed and executed, which President Bush says was the right decision. However, according to the latest poll, 2/3 of the nation say the war was not worth fighting. Also on this anniversary, Osama bin Laden posted an audio message on an Islamic website. However, it was not directed at Americans. Instead, bin Laden slammed European countries for publishing cartoons insulting the Prophet Muhammad, saying, quote, "The response will be what you see and not what you hear." Anti-war protesters marked the 5-year milestone with a demonstration outside the Philadelphia Federal Building in Center City today. They held signs calling for a complete withdrawal. Tonight in Ambler, opponents of the war chose to pray for those still fighting. Parishioners at the Church of the Brethren held an interfaith service and vigil. For many, the 5-year anniversary is a time to reflect on where things stand, and that includes Action News reporter Dan Cuellar, who is embedded with local troops in Iraq. He joins us now with his journey and that of these military men and women. Dan.
Jim, it's been a 5-year journey that has seen everything planned for at the outset of the war change, from the mission, the strategy, the allies, the enemies, and the lives of thousands of Americans from our area, the men and women on the front lines when war broke out. Where are they now, and how do they feel about the war 5 years later? Here now is our report.
The war obviously is underway. And behind me now you hear the air sirens going off once again in the show of force that Saddam Hussein is trying to display here.
At the height of the war, we caught up with Ed Fulmer, whose civilian job is a police officer in media.
I think we've learned in other battles and other wars and that we need to
not just go into a country and take over and then leave. We need to actually give something back to the country.
Fulmer's thoughts 5 years later.
The Iraqi people, 90% of the Iraqi people love us and want us there.
Through brutal sandstorms, smoke from oil fires, or clear weather, pilots from the 111th Fighter Wing of the Pennsylvania Air National Guard have been leaving their mark on Iraq.
The main thing is to know where they are so that we're dropping our bombs in the right spot.
Back then in Iraq, we caught up with Rob Guyan, a school teacher at Pierce Middle School in Westchester, who certainly took a hard line then.
To quote a Marine, I don't remember his name, that I worked with, Saddam Hussein was the weapon of mass destruction.
5 years later, Guyan looking on the horizon of a brighter future for Iraq.
I would say within 10 years, you're going to see a very solid and growing economy and a very productive player in the world market.
We have reports tonight that American troops along U.S. Marines, Army battalions, and British troops are moving across the border.
Okay, you need to have everybody awake, no headphones, no nothing.
As the convoy headed up north, Father Mark Ploshin of the Army's 358 Civil Affairs Brigade of Norristown was asking for people's prayers back home.
Keep the prayers coming because they help us a lot. Bob Broody served in Desert Storm, Haiti, Bosnia, and now this. He has a 2.5- and 7-year-old back home who are growing up without him.
I was thinking about it. My little girl could sit on my arm and rest her head on my shoulder. By the time I get home, she won't fit there so good anymore. I'm gonna miss that.
Larry Wilson of West Oak Lane had a clear purpose of the mission back then.
You know, regardless, the weapons of mass destruction issue is really not our issue. Ours is attempting to make life a little bit better for the Iraqis.
Larry Wilson today says
our views and why we are there, regardless of why we're there, and their views of why we are there. I think that somehow we've got to figure out how to meld those two views.
But the 358th and their support units paid the ultimate price in Iraq. They came home without one of their own, Lieutenant Mark Phelan of Green Lane, Montgomery County, who was killed in an IED attack.
We took a lot of pride in knowing that the work he did for the Iraqi people was very appreciated by them.
And invariably, you knew we had to ask the question, was it worth it?
Absolutely. Everybody that has gone over there has felt that we were doing the right thing, that the Iraqi people are better off for what we've done.
After a couple of tours in Iraq, the 358th recently was relocated to California. Most of the members we talk with either moved to other units in our area or retired. The debate over the war's justification will continue, but to those men and women we had the privilege to cover 5 years ago, they left us with a sense of pride and commitment we will never forget. I'm Dan Cuellar, Channel 6 Action News.
Dan, thank you. We have created a special channel devoted to the 5th anniversary of the war in Iraq at our website. At 6abc.com, you can find Dan's blogs from his time spent overseas, as well as videos and slideshows with more than 100 pictures, plus information how you can contact your legislators and soldier support groups. 28 police officers who serve the Delaware Valley were honored tonight for their bravery in the line of duty. ACES International held its 10th annual Law Enforcement Appreciation Dinner in Lafayette Hill. Among the honorees, wounded Philadelphia police officers Richard de Coatsworth and Mariano Santiago. The family of slain police officer Chuck Cassidy also accepted an award of valor in his honor tonight. The Philadelphia Cultural Fund was awarded $2.1 million tonight to continue its work. The money supports 230 city-based arts and cultural organizations for this year. The 3rd annual David Cohen Award was also given to the Scribe Video Center during a ceremony at the Academy of Natural Sciences. It has been a wet day. The question is, will it be a wet tomorrow as well?
It should not be a wet tomorrow, but it could be stormy overnight. Storm Tracker 6 3D showing that here we just have a little bit of some generally light stuff. You can zoom out just a little farther to the west so you can see a line of storms moving through Harrisburg, and this line actually extends all the way down into the Carolinas, and this will be knocking on our door and moving in over the next couple of hours. Tonight, the action cam taking, look, really a beautiful shot. Boathouse Row from the waterworks, and it's cloudy and it's very warm. You step outside, it already feels like spring. 60 degrees right now, but it's very damp. Humidity 80%, barometer 29.43 and falling. Winds out of the south at 10 miles an hour, and the ocean temperature 44. Right now in Dover, right now it's 65 degrees. In Lancaster, it's 60, Reading 62, even the Poconos 53, Atlantic City and Wildwood 57 degrees. Trenton, 58 degrees. The surge is ahead of the cold front that's moving in. Today certainly was a wet day, though. Philadelphia reporting about a ½ inch. Allentown, 1.15. Trenton, about 3/4 of an inch of rain. Wilmington, 0.65 inches. And Satellite 6, along with Action Radar, showing it's not quite over yet. The steady rain has moved on. That's a line, though, that we're tracking. That's a cold front. You can see behind it, it's actually cold enough for some snow in Ohio. We should not be getting that snow, but we will be getting the cold air and again that line of gusty thunderstorms. So the flood watch continues for Lehigh, Northampton counties until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, with the possibility of that line of thunderstorms with some heavy rain, gusty winds, even the potential for some hail. Future Tracker 6 showing that this line should be moving through around 1:30 or so. And then as we head into the morning rush hour, the rain's out of here. Probably still a lot of cloud cover at 7 o'clock in the morning, but then the drier air working in, that'll break up the clouds by mid-morning. By lunchtime, we should see a lot of sunshine, but it will be windy and cooler tomorrow. So for tonight, the possibility of some of those gusty thunderstorms in the overnight hours between about midnight and 2. Thursday, cooler, windy, wind gusts up to about 40 miles per hour, so the temperature will make it up into the low 50s, but the wind chills in the afternoon will be in the 40s. But now we can say goodbye to winter, hello to spring. The vernal equinox occurs officially at 1:48 in the morning, and that means spring will begin. This is when the sun's direct rays are right over the equator. So the call from AccuWeather for tonight, it's warm, it's wet, and it's going to get windy with that cold front moving through. So for the morning rush hour, lingering clouds, gusty winds, 42 in the suburbs, 48 degrees for Center City, and the exclusive AccuWeather 5-day forecast. Get back into the sunshine tomorrow, but windy and cooler than today with a high of 52. Friday, for Good Friday, it stays windy, increasing clouds, 50 degrees. Another fast-moving system late Friday night into Saturday morning, bringing us another round of showers, maybe even mixing with a little bit of wet snow in the suburbs. Cloudy, chilly on Saturday, 44. Easter Sunday, back to sunshine, but windy and chilly, 48. Monday, mostly cloudy, maybe some more showers with a high of 44. As we take a look beyond the 5-day, Tuesday and Wednesday, looks like we'll get back into a quieter weather pattern for that period. Clouds and sun. It gets warmer. Afternoon highs in the low 50s. So springtime coming in with a bang, with a line of some gusty thunderstorms.
Philadelphia Zoo paid a special visit to the Ronald McDonald House tonight in University City in Philadelphia. It is part of the Bring the Zoo to You partnership between those two organizations. Children and their families got an up-close look at some animals, including, that's a lizard of some kind. What is that? Plenty of food, games, and face painting tonight at McDonald's House in University City.
This AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by PECO. It's our job to provide energy, but we're also doing more. Our crews work 24/7 to get you the energy you need when you need it. Learn more at PECO.com.
It's March, when passion, performance, and style make the difference. When the best of the best put it all out on the floor to prove their mettle. Get in the game at your Buick dealer during the NCAA March Madness sales event. Now, get a low-mileage lease on an 08 Buick Lucerne CX for around $279 per month. Call for residency restrictions and details. Make a fast break to your nearest Buick dealer by March 31st.
During Raymore and Flanagan's Spring Preview, find an incredible selection of fresh new ideas for every room in your home. Bold styles, patterns, textures, and colors to help welcome in the new season. Find your unique style today with sale prices throughout the store. Interest-free till 2011. Delivered in 3 days or less. Raymore and Flanagan's Spring Preview. It's going on right now. Don't you miss it.
Gas is so expensive. Wow, it's unbelievable. It's like $100 gazillion. Mom says she's had it. My dad got gas. He said a bad word. I told him to get a Suzuki. Matt Blatt even has free gas cards.
Saving money is child's play at Matt Blatt Suzuki. The fuel-efficient Suzuki SX4 is on sale right now for $11,985. And with your SX4 purchase, $500 in free gas. Get to Matt Blatt Suzuki today.
Some of the best athletes in the world put their trust in the Rothman Institute. And since the best professional athletes trust Rothman, shouldn't you?
I want to invest. I do the 401k thing at work, but I don't know what else I should be doing.
That's because you're young. When I was your age, I needed help with my IRA, with saving for your college. I had a ton of questions. I didn't know anything until I went to Fidelity.
Yeah, but you're smarter at that stuff.
What did you say?
You're smarter.
We are filming this, right? You did get this.
Come in for free IRA help or call 1-800-FIDELITY.
The surprising Honda Odyssey. With a 241 horsepower V6, the Odyssey Touring goes into gas-saving mode when you're cruising. Responsive handling will inspire you, and it features amenities like leather, navigation, Bluetooth, and a 5-star crash test safety rating. It's giving minivans a really good name. And the best way to see all the limited time Honda offers is to go to Yahoo and search Shop Honda, and then come see us. But hurry, these offers won't last long.
I suppose it could be better than it was there tonight, but it would be tough to understand how.
It was exactly what, 15 months ago, he was traded to Denver. He got a night tonight. For the first time since then, he is back at the Wachovia Center.
Starting at guard, number 3, Allen Iverson.
50-second ovation. Cheeks and he had not talked since the trade. They're hugging tonight. Plus some kissing to say hello to the logo. No kissing and hugging down the stretch. Teams are banging. Here we go. Game tie. 110. Andre Miller traded here for Iverson. Backing out Iverson. Draws the foul. Allen aching.
Great shot fake.
Toe-to-toe war tonight. Allen gets up, tries for the game-tying 3 right here. Iverson. Sixers up by 2. Denver has one more shot. Iverson versus Miller.
Where does Camby go? Iverson against Miller for the tie. No! Rebound, Camby. No! Another tip. Glazer, and he's out wrestled by Iguodala, and the Sixers are going away!
115-113, Sixers by 2, but we are not through. Emotion pre-game as we saw. Emotion during the game as we saw. Post-game, our own Keith Russell at the Wachovia Center tonight.
A rock star's return left a question unanswered. How would Philadelphia welcome back Allen Iverson?
I dreamed it up a certain way. It was better than that. Made me feel like the time that I was here was worthwhile.
Iverson had appreciation to show as well, wearing Reeboks that said "Thanks Philly," showing lots of love to the Sixers bench. As he did for 10 seasons here, he played with plenty of emotion.
I didn't want to have a good game and lose the game, because I'll take an O for Winfrey. You know.
In the building where Allen Iverson played his first career NBA game, clearly his memory will never die. But there is officially a changing of the guard.
It's time for, myself, like I said before, and this franchise, and my teammates that I played with here to move on. Move on in life. That chapter is over. But that don't mean the book, you gotta have a sad ending.
With that said, we can officially bid farewell to Allen Iverson, leaving all hard feelings behind in the process. At the Wachovia Center, Keith Russell, Channel 6, Action News.
What a moment it was tonight. Temple tonight at Denver, ready for that workup call there at Denver. Going to tip it off tomorrow, NCAA versus Michigan State. Travel day for Amon Nivens. Off they go. Hawks are bound for Birmingham to play Oklahoma on Friday. Villanova University, a smiling Scotty Reynolds. Wildcats traveling to Tampa to tangle with the Tigers of Clemson. A little traveling music on a wonderful Wednesday. It's time to get your pool in and all that other stuff. After the show,
we'll discuss it.
You're not going to let me help you with this?
No.
No?
Action News continues in just a moment.
Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you need. Tell me what you need. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. You can get it from me.
Hurry! Not a moment to lose! Time is running out.
to give the perfect Easter gift.
Hey, we're late. We gotta run.
Oh my goodness.
Share Disney's Enchanted with the ones you love. Own it today on Disney DVD and Blu-ray High Def.
Some say what you spend your money on says a lot about you. At Saturn, we feel what you save your money on actually says a lot more. Introducing the totally redesigned Saturn Vue. With 137 safety features and a 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, it's excessive in all the right places. Now get a low-mileage lease on a 2008 Vue XE starting at around $225 a month. Call for lease details.
Place your hand here. Can't feel the temperature-controlled air flowing from the lush leather? That's because there's only one place to experience the innovative details offered in the ES. Your Lexus dealer. Where you can lease the 2008 ES for $399 a month for 36 months, with $34.99 due at signing.
The New York Times recently recognized Cooper University Hospital as a nationally respected trauma center with some of the most renowned doctors in the country. And according to the region's leading magazines, Cooper has more top doctors taking care of you than any other hospital in South Jersey. But the most important recognition comes from all of you. Cooper University Hospital, the South Jersey hospital for serious care.
There's fun. Then there's 5 times the fun. It's Mazda's 5 to Drive sales event. Choose any one of these 5 fun-to-drive Mazdas for a low $199 a month lease. That's 5 ways to save big. Get a Mazda 3i Touring or 5-door Sport, MX-5 Miata Sport, Mazda 6i Sedan SVE, or Mazda 5 Sport for a $199 a month lease for 24 months with $21.99 due at lease signing. The award-winning Mazda CX-7 and CX-9 have great offers too. Hurry, this sales event ends March 31st.
And Action News continues at 5 a.m., which is exactly the same time that PennDOT hopes to reopen I-95 in Port Richmond. Now, Tamala Edwards, Matt O'Donnell, and the AccuWeather team of Karen Rogers and David Murphy will be here. We will have the latest on the situation. We will have traffic reports every 6 minutes. And of course, between now and then, you can check for the latest developments with 6abc.com. It should be a significant morning, the reopening of I-95. Now for Gary Papa, Cecily Tynan, the entire Action News team, I'm Jim Gardner. Good night.
Closed captioning is brought to you by your local Chevy dealers in the 2008 Silverado, now featuring the best available fuel economy of any full-size 4x4 pickup. Visit ChevyShowcase.com.
There goes that Action News van again.
Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey presents Over the Top, a circus with Asian elephants, Bengal tigers, motorcycle madness, and more. Visit 6abc.com to win a spot as a guest clown before the show, plus get seats for 6 to be part of the Over the Top action.
When you have emphysema or COPD, every breath is an effort. Even the simplest tasks become difficult. Today, there's hope. The Temple Lung Center has helped thousands of people breathe easier, live longer, and enjoy a better quality of life.
Dad, are you there? Can you pick up?
To find out how you can breathe easier, call the Temple Lung Center at 1-800-TEMPLE-MED.
Dad.
The turbocharged Acura RDX with super handling all-wheel drive. The perfect balance of exhilaration and control. Rain isn't a problem. It's an inspiration. Acura Advance.
Take advantage of attractive lease rates on the 2008 Acura RDX for well-qualified customers.
Flying out of Philadelphia for business? Southwest Airlines is the fastest growing airline in Philadelphia.
We offer nonstop flights to Chicago Midway, Houston Hobby, Tampa Bay, and other destinations across the country. Starting May 10th, fly Southwest Airlines' new nonstop service to Denver for just $99 one way.
You are now free to move about the country.